My man,
Ben, what's up, man?
just living it up. What about you?
About the same. It's been a while. Good to see you.
What is a 2-1 buy down? Okay. So let's just use round numbers. Let's say the interest rate today on market rate for that person's profile with credit, down payment, all that fun stuff is 7%. Okay. Well, the 2-1 buy down means the first year their interest rate would be 5%. The second year, the interest rate would be 6%. Year 3 through 30, the interest rate would be the note rate of 7%.
Okay.
Okay. Which saves that buyer a ton of money, and it gradually increases their payment until they get to year 3. Okay. So they're saving a ton of money on their monthly payment through interest. More money's going towards principal, building equity quicker that way as well. Okay. But here's the kicker. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. They're the big thing is we're all hoping, right, that the rates improve within the 2 years where we can refinance them and get them hopefully below 5% or at 5%, so they don't even have to go to 6% or 7%. Okay. But to do the 2-1 buy down, those funds have to come from the seller. The buyer can't pay for it. The buyer cannot pay for the 2-1 buy down.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. The buyer can't pay for the 2-1 buy down. Why is that?
It's just how it just has to come from the seller. But here's another great thing about the 2-1 buy down. Let's say at the end of 2023, let's say you can refinance and save money. Whatever money is left in that 2-1 buy down account at the servicer, you actually get back. So let's say it's a $500,000 loan amount, and there was $11,000. It costs $11,000 to do the 2-1 buy down. Okay, that's a rough estimate on a $500,000 loan amount. Let's say it costs the seller $11,000 to do that for that buyer. Okay, but you only use 6,000 of it. That means there's 5,000 left in that account that you actually get back when you refinance. So you don't lose that. So it's a win-win. And
Okay.
if you look at the numbers and you're payment conscious, it's more beneficial for you to do the 2-1 buy down versus reducing the price $20,000. Because you got to think the mortgage is spread out over 360 months, right? So $20,000, divide that by 360, that's $55 a month different in payment if you just did a price reduction. Okay, so that's where I love it, and I'm spreading the word on it, because I think that if you have a listing sitting around and you're not calling somebody like me to give you numbers on a 2-1 buy down so you can put it in the MLS, so those clients can show their buyers like, hey, look at these numbers. Like if you did a conventional mortgage at 10% down and they did a 10-1 buy down, instead of them reducing the price $20,000, they're gonna do $11,000 2-1 buy down and give you $9,000 in closing costs to equal that $20,000 you're gonna do a price reduction on.
Okay. Say that let's do a real world scenario. Let's say that I have a $700,000 listing, and I'm talking to the sellers about either reducing to 680 or doing a 2-1 buy down. Yep. Where does their money play in the 2-1 buy down? How much are the funds that they have to contribute, and where do the funds come from?
So the 2-1 buy down, it's all based on loan amount, not list price.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So let's just say that $700,000 home. Let's say he was putting $100,000 down, and it's a $600,000 loan amount. Okay. Not 6 million. Hold on here. 600,000. Okay. And let's say the rate's 7%. So their normal principal and interest would be $3,991 if they didn't do anything. Okay. But let's say they did the 2-1 buy down at 5% the first year, they're saving $770 a month
Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it from the seller's perspective.
Yeah. Okay. So it would cost that seller on a $600,000 loan. It would cost the seller $13,984.76.
Okay. And where did that number come from? What percentage is that that number?
So how they figure it is they take it by the monthly payment difference between 7% and 5% times 12. So they would take $770.89 times 12 equals $9,250 for the first year. The second year
is the difference between 6 and 7.
Correct. So so the second year, the buyer would be saving $394 times 12, which is $4734.14. That gives you $13,984.76. That's what it's costing the seller.
Gotcha. Okay. Chartmasters provides charts with all the data from the metro Atlanta area. And they do a really good job. So one of the things they did here on this first slide, which I think is really cool, they gave a comparison here between 2019, 2016, and 2022. And they did that because, as it says there, most experts, just like you and I, think that 2020 and 2021 are not great markets to compare to. So if you look at, things like active listings, pending sold, supply, and all that kind of stuff, this year compared to last year, the year before, it makes this market look really, really bad. But those two markets were just outliers and not a normal market. But compared to 2016 and 2019, we still currently have a lot less as far as active listings goes. You can see the 2016 column there, 14,602 active listings in the month of September. And then also in September 2019, 13,767 compared to right now where we only have 9,090. So fewer choices, more buyer competition though, as we talked about. Fewer and fewer buyer competition right now because of interest rates being at 7, but we still have less active listings. Pending listings, fewer in September than in those two previous years. Sold also fewer than the two previous years. And then months of supply. So it's creeping up. The last time we did one of these episodes, we were at 2 months even, or 2.1, or at 2.6. So that was August. This is the September review. It's still going up, but it's still slightly lower than in 2019 and lower than 2016. Median sale price has gone up a lot. If you look at in September 2019, it just shot up through COVID. So now we're at a median sale price of $430,000, where I remember the number at my office in Smyrna, Cityside, which a lot of the transactions that come through there are, Smyrna, 30080, Vinings, those areas. And back then, the median sale price out of that office was $227,000 when I started. And so now to think that the median sale price is $430, I mean, that's really gone up a lot. Days on market has gone up quite a bit. The last time we did one of these episodes, it was, I think, 7 or 8 days median. It's at 15 now, but still, that is more than half of, or less than half of the comparison from 16 and 19 in September. Median sale to list price is at 97.6%, which is up from those two previous years as well. Number of price reductions is less. There's fewer price reductions now, though. After this, I'm going to show you the FMLS stuff from the last 7 days as well. Failed listings is less, and distressed sales is way lower than that 2016 number. So distressed sales, like, less bargains, less of those like dilapidated homes that you see a lot of times in like, Southwest Atlanta and those kind of areas. All right. So the other thing here is, can you see that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this number, new listings, the number is higher here than pending once again, which, like we've talked about in previous episodes, those closed and listing numbers used to always be higher than the new in 2020 and 2021 than the new listing number. Not anymore. That new listing number is significantly higher. And then price decreases is like through the roof. And this is just for the last 7 days. So this line right here, this sort of like dull red line, whatever color that is, 3,353 price decreases. Now, expireds is pretty low. Expired is only 253, but right there, that's a big number. And I can only go up to 7 days on this, but that's a lot of price decreases over the last 7 days.
Should have done the 2-1 buy down.
Should have, man. They should have just done that. Then they wouldn't have to say they took a price decrease.
Yeah, I'm sure their neighbors would be happy too.
I know, exactly. Yeah, keep the...
That's what I tell people. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Your neighbors would probably appreciate the 2-1 buy down as well, so you're not having to cut your house.
There's a lot of numbers in here. That first chart was really the one that I wanted to go over though. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here about those price decreases, and anybody who wants to see this and take a look at these charts more in depth, I'm happy to send it to them. So once again, comparing 2022 right now, September 2022 to September 2021, you almost can't make the comparison just because of how crazy of a market 2020 and 2021 were. But you can see on this chart here how much those active listings have gone up and pending listings have gone down. So we've got less sales now. I mean, last year was crazy. You look at the actives versus how many went pending. That's nuts. Like that's what I was talking about on that last thing when we were looking at the FMLS is every month it was like that we were getting more pending than we were new active listings coming on the market. And then let's see if we have, supply. So months of supply in September of 2021 was at 1 month of supply. And then, median sale price was at 385. We're at 430. So prices still have gone up, but that could start to slip a little bit. Median days on market in September of 2021 was 11. We're at 21 now. So has gone up a bit. Oh, this is specifically on detached. I thought that was different. Specifically on detached, and then we should have some numbers on condos here too. But anyway, here we go. Here's the condo numbers. So median days on market for condos and townhomes is actually a little bit less, 18 days right now. Sale to list price has gone down to 99.
You think more people are moving back into the city?
I mean, that was the trend for a long time. Like you said, it's the other way around. It was moving out to the suburbs, getting a house, getting some more space, and now might be the time. Exactly. Folks might be, getting back into buying the condos, getting comfortable about, being around people again. But days on market is lower. That's almost never. This is for September, right? This is just 1 month we're looking at here, but that's almost never the case, right? I mean, normally condos stay on the market longer than houses.
Yeah, it's definitely a tougher resale than a detached home for sure.
Well, there's fewer months of supply, so that's interesting. 1.8 months of supply on condos. Anybody who wants those charts, email me at tylerbrownstanley@gmail.com or tylerstanley@kw.com, and I'll send those charts to you. If you're on my mailing list, you'll get some of those anyway, but I can send that stuff to you as well. So, and I mentioned it earlier, but Terminus Moving, my moving company, which handles moves for my real estate clients as well, we are hiring. If you know anybody who's looking for a foreman position, a mover position, very competitive pay, and you get to work with really awesome people. So that's
you guys are awesome.
That's my pitch. All right, man. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your night.
You did.
Later.